Good day, gentle people, it's your favorite Mr. 42. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna listen to a sub-story. Get your tissues out. No, not for that reason, for the tears. Because Level Earth Observer is gonna tell you about his youth.
Back in the late 70s, the early 80s, I questioned the globe. And questioned it, and questioned it. I questioned it so much that certain teachers, their over-enthusiastic ways for spewing nonsense, giving me explanations and pointing at cartoons, just wasn't cutting it. And as a result, those teachers got triggered.
In other words, he's been a pain in the ass since he was a young brat.
They couldn't provide science to back the globe.
I bet they could, and they probably even have. But you deny everything or just dismiss it without any evidence.
So what they did was provide punishment for someone who wouldn't go along with it.
You poor baby, you want to talk about it?
So I'd have to, in certain classes, hold a book from every individual in that class, stand in the corner, facing into the corner, away from the class, holding a book, a tower of books from everyone.
Yeah, okay. That is not the correct punishment. They should have let you open the book, maybe you learned something.
It didn't make the globe scientifically true.
Well, it never was not true, so doesn't matter what you think.
But what it did do was give me a very, very strong physical foundation and an iron will.
And from there, you became a lying narcissist with a major in Dunning-Kruger.
So that is why I have more reason than most for wanting the globe to be true.
Sorry Adam, you're lying there, and I think even to yourself. That whole story gave you a reason to not believe the globe. Otherwise you would realize that you've wasted most of your life in a lie.
Because I got punished for questioning it. And of course this subject came up all these years later, and surprise, surprise, it turns out I was right all along.
I doubt it, because that would be the first time.
There was a kid I knew instinctively the globe was horse shit of the highest order.
Children do not have the brain capacity or the information to make any conclusion about the shape of the earth.
I never fully went along with it, but I grew up and obviously experienced my life and got on with things.
And see where that led you. You're now the laughingstock of the internet.
But the globe was never proven to me.
That is a flat out lie. Pun intended. The globe has been proven to you many, many times.
I never truly accepted it.
There we go. That's the most honest thing you said so far.
I found old maps fascinating. We were even taught the old Hebrew concept of the earth, which I found fascinating and would look at for hours, the illustrations. Again, not making any claims, but clearly as a young man that made a lot more sense to me than the globe.
You mean this? This makes sense to you. You're an idiot.
Which I knew instinctively. I think most of us can remember back to questioning this stuff.
Questioning the globe is just fine. That's normal. What is not fine is dismiss every information that you get about the globe, and that is what you're doing.
And thinking, have a word. Clearly, all these years later, it's ridiculous.
No, Adam, what is ridiculous is you hand-waving away all the proof that you've been giving. Or your belief in the flat earth without any demonstrable science.
So when this subject came back up in 2014, instinctively, I knew from my years of operating tower cranes that the globe was ridiculous.
Oh, Adam. Tower cranes do not prove anything about the shape of the earth. Not flat and not a globe.
I had a lot of internal battles to fight because of the ego, because of the history of being punished back in the day.
Yes, you're traumatized because 40 years later you still talk about it and you don't know how to deal with that. And you chose the wrong side.
And there's a couple of other things as well that I'm not quite going to go into this time today.
He's a troubled man.
But it made it quite difficult for me to overcome the internal voice, the inner voice, should we say. Because there was a lot of resistance. And that was, of course, being right and being punished.
And that was of course being wrong and being too stubborn to admit it to this day.
That made it quite a difficult battle, so I searched high and low for globe evidence.
I think I can help you with that. Take a look at the YouTube channels of Wolfie, Where's Wally, Mr. Sensible, or your old pal Renty. Find yourself a nice channel of an amateur stargazer. Do you need more?
I stretched and checked, probably more than most.
I highly doubt that.
Even though I knew straight off the bat from my experiences operating cranes that I knew it was ridiculous, I desperately wanted to find globe evidence.
See what he's doing there. He's already admitting that no matter what proof came on his path, he would already dismiss it.
I sifted through all the horse shit, all the bullshit, all the strawman maps, models, the misrepresentations. You have to go through a journey of wafting through all sorts of crap, which is why it really does require good discernment, honesty, and just applying common sense and logic.
Well, that will rule you out.
With that, and you standing by the things that are true, you can't be fooled.
You are definitely not standing by the things that are true. You are lying again.
The ego is your biggest foe, and that was mine back in the day.
Not just back in the day, you still have problems with that.
Simply because of the attachments, the stories from when I was a young kid, questioning this and being punished for essentially calling it out, and I was actually right all along.
No, Adam, what you've been doing in school is like this. La 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 la. Yes, they punish you. You know why? Their scores get down and the school gets punished when their students don't perform well.
You can sort of hear it in my early videos. There's a bit of sting in the voice. It's fair to say I was pissed off. I'm very much at peace with it now.
Are you sure about that, Adam? Let me play back your own video from 4 days ago.
The fact the globe is a lie really pisses me off.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound like a man in peace. Get a word.
But that is why I had more reasons for wanting the globe to be true than most. Because I got punished for calling this crap out back in the day.
Nope, your stubbornness and the fear that you've wasted most of your life is holding you back, Adam.
Of course, all these years later, once I addressed it, I did my observations, I thought things through. Of course, I looked for globe practicality, non-existence, every single bit of demonstrable science that isn't of the sophist pantomime style tells us the globe's impossible.
There is no proof that will tell you that a globe Earth is impossible, and there's a lot of proof that will tell you a flat Earth would be literally impossible. Get that into your thick scalp.
And I chose to do the honest thing, the scientific thing, and simply stand by the things that can be demonstrated.
You have a YouTube channel full of videos that are not scientific.
And those things alone tell me the globe's impossible.
You are wrong.
And that the Earth is a level plane as such.
You are wrong.
With hills, highs, lows, valleys. But it's a level plane.
You are wrong.
People in Australia aren't upside down in relation to me.
You are wrong.
That's clearly ridiculous.
You are wrong.
Scientifically impossible.
You are wrong.
You've only got to look at the globe evidence, the globe representatives online.
You are wrong.
None of them I've got any respect for. They're all dishonest, I'm afraid.
You are wrong.
Even if they're unaware of it because they're ruled by the ego and they don't understand their own mind. I've said it before, I highly recommend meditation for understanding the feelings, the responses your own body reacts and gives you to certain situations. You become more aware of yourself, and as a result you're able to become more honest with yourself.
Cool. When will you start?
If you can't be honest to yourself, then who can you be honest to?
Is that a rhetorical question, Adam? Because you seem to have problem with the truth.
Yeah? And what more scientific, what more honest way is there by standing by the things that are demonstrably true?
Well, go on, Adam. Start doing that.
Doesn't matter how difficult that may be because of your bias, you should stand by the things that are scientifically demonstrably true.
That's the really amazing thing about him. He understands about biases. He understands about Dunning-Kruger, but he doesn't see how it all applies to himself.
That's honest, true, real science.
Start doing that today.
Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Part of the journey, some history.
Alright, Adam, thanks for sharing. I really appreciate that. I just saw you came by bike there. I have a question about that. Why are there still bikes when automobiles are invented? They do the same function and do it faster and more comfortable. And if you don't understand the question, that is related to satellites and airplanes. Think about that.
Perhaps now some of the globies can understand why there was a bit of a sting in my tail in the early days.
There still is, at times, but I don't care about that. Your lies need to be exposed, so others don't fall for your trap.
I got punished for calling his globe horseshit out.
No, you got punished for throwing out the ones who be reality and science and for aggravating your teacher.
And I was right all along.
You are wrong.
But anyway, like I said, I'm at peace with it now. I'm still quite vocal online, as you know.
Yes, we are aware. It is a great source to show the world what stupidity there is.
And will continue to be, and in real life I'm highlighting and waking people up left, right and centre with simplistic truths.
Because you don't understand real hard science, right?
There's no misrepresentations here, just plenty of space bashing and fundamentals.
Plenty of misrepresentation and lying. That is what you do.
Have a good one, everyone.
Well, alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and in the description you will find links to my socials like Twitter and Discord. This has been Mr. 42 out. Don't panic.